everyday life, from the significant to the petty. Time now for Christy Gustafson Barletti on 107.7 GNA.
Well, here she is, the KGB, the Golden Goose, Augusta Rhymes, the content queen, the only human being in the capital region that can literally say good riddance to grandma.
To
Grandmas, actually, like all of the grandmas. It's Christy Gustafson Barletti.
That's not fair.
From the Times Union and TimesUnion.com. I love reading your stuff. I was really disappointed by the way that you positioned grandmas shutting down after 42 years.
Pies.
Grandma's pies. I was just
all the grandmas.
In Albany that's closing. You weren't the only person who was disappointed. You know, there were certainly people who agreed with me who said, I'm unimpressed, I'm glad to see it go as well. And then there were certainly a lot of people who felt as you did and said, you know what, it's an institution, great memories were created here. It's not about the food, it's not about the decor. It's about the longevity and the strength and what that restaurant did and how it brought people together.
But when your title says good riddance, like it's one thing to say, you know, wasn't my favorite place for pies, but it'll be missed. Because that was your specific take on a place that you knew people had fond memories of. You had to have known that title was going to be inflammatory.
I don't know if I really thought, now that people talked about their memories, I can see that. And yes, it makes sense when a place has been open for nearly 40 years or for about 40 years. Yeah, of course, memories are created there in hindsight. I definitely realize that. And I agree with you. The title was probably a little strong, but the content was not, it was very much, hey, here are examples of why I'm completely unimpressed by this place and was never impressed by this place. I personally didn't make memories there. I personally didn't have any of that. So it was just about how, to me, it wasn't really a loss because I didn't experience any of the good things that other people did say that they experienced.
But I do agree with Brian. I'm saying good riddance to something. And I have the same feelings about, I don't know grandma's pies. I never have been there.
I have strong ties to grandma's pies. I
loved them. Piece of pie once from there and it was okay. But I would never, it was just so harsh. I think Brian was kind of like, whoa.
Good riddance is something that you shoo away because it is bothering you.
Right, you know how many people then were like, good riddance, Christy Gustafson Barletti.
No, it only made you stronger. You got a million clicks on that, didn't you?
Like, go away, Christy.
Not only did she not go away, but they republished it over the weekend. It's the same story.
Just made her
and then
stronger.
We basically used it as a launch pad for today's
I know.
topic,
Listen,
too.
Yes, that's true.
You're making it not go away.
I always give you credit because you're not afraid to be polarizing, and I think that because of that, you're interesting.
Yeah,
so
state your opinion.
So here we are, though. We're talking about things in the capital region that may or may not be deemed like overrated, right? Things that people sort of just
and it
don't
wasn't
get.
just about restaurants for this topic. It was people, places, things, just all the things that really make the capital region, to some people, make it special, but other people look at it and say, I just don't get the hype.
And you got a ton of responses, so do you want to just start rattling them off? Or
Yeah, a couple. Lake George Village came up quite a bit. Kay's Pizza, which is, that has a spot in my heart because it's from Rensselaer County out near Eagle Park.
If I ever said good riddance to Kay's, you'd have me shot. I know you would.
At least tortured.
You would.
No.
Yeah,
no. Some people said SPAC. Some people said the...
What?
Yeah, and then some people said, say the fireworks or any event at the Empire Plaza because they just feel like it's crowded and not attractive enough. Some people said Larkfest. People named a variety of bakeries in the area. I don't know if you want me to say them, but I'll just say a variety of bakeries. One of the things, now this is where my heart was hurt. Somebody named Brian said Doughboys.
I agree with Doughboys. It wasn't me, but I think Doughboys are overrated. They're good, but they're not like I have to go to Saratoga and have one.
I haven't had them enough, I don't think.
Or if I had visitors from out of town, it's like a burrito with nothing in it.
Oh, there is everything.
It's not, Brian.
It kind of is. They're okay.
You tell him, Christy.
Oh my God! I make my own Doughboys and posted the recipe online. Doughboys are my life.
They're so good.
If you want a good riddance set, I'll take you on. Those are good.
Good riddance.
Oh, I love Doughboys.
I had one, and I hope people don't hate me
now,
for it.
you think this is overrated?
I do. Freihofer's cookies. I never got it. I never understood it. Even growing up, I was like, all right, it's not a great cookie, but I guess, it's indigenous to our area. But
and they're cheap.
Yeah.
They're
If,
cheap and delicious.
Well, yeah, and well, listen, it's
Yeah, they're always buy one, get two free.
Yeah, it's
Always.
buy one, get one.
Can't get mad.
I mean, you run and you get a box of cookies. It's like
It's so good.
awesome, but
if Freihofers came into onto the market now, it wouldn't be
Yeah,
a
I
thing.
agree.
But because it's been a thing for a million years, people
Yeah,
are
it's
funny
nostalgia.
though. People say that Nipper the dog is overrated, or I just don't get it. That's a weird one.
It's historical.
Let's say, Jumping Jacks, a lot of Rivers Casino. I
Yes,
noticed, right?
yeah, a lot
and
of
via Port Rotterdam came up quite a bit too. Now, I haven't been to either one, so I can't dismiss them yet. But yeah, I was surprised by the number of people who put that on there.
I highly disagree with Rivers Casino, by the
me
way.
too. I enjoy that
think it's
experience.
Unless, like, I could see that if you don't gamble. Like, I don't gamble, so for me, I get bored pretty quickly at Rivers unless there's a show.
Yeah.
Right.
But they've since built up the area around it so that
now
it's
you're enjoying
now
it.
it's actually a really
Who
great
said
place
the
to
New
be.
York State Museum is overrated.
Oh, wait, somebody said that?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think-
that was after the Empire Plaza. And, some people said Saratoga Springs as a city. They didn't enjoy walking around and the carousels and the parks, and that they felt that the city got a lot of attention, but that it was kind of overrated.
Well, I'll tell you what. Like, listen, when you open up a forum like this for people to complain, they're certainly not going to disappoint. You know,
Right. Yeah. They're going to crap on everything.
they're going to crap on everything. Is right. And Christy, you know that firsthand because boy, nobody likes to complain more than you.
That is true. That is true. I definitely got to
I like
experience
that she owns that.
Will you take back good riddance to grandmas, and then we can all rest it. Grandma can rest in peace.
Grandma can rest in peace.
Oh, that's a
Take
no.
it back or no?
You won't take back good riddance, huh?
I'm gonna take. No, I will not take it back, but I did tell you that I realized the headline was kind of strong.
Fair enough.
Okay.
All right. Just
That's
shoot
a
me
good
text.
compromise.
Shoot me a text before you go breaking my heart like that. You know?
Just give him a little warning. That's all he needs.
Christy, this was really good. Thank you as always for the great content. We'll talk to you next week.
Bye, guys.